The Royal King and Normal Girl Part 01. Alexander was a young, handsome monarch who once reigned over a vast and affluent realm. King Alexander, well known for his courage and wisdom, had guided his realm through many difficulties and gained the respect and affection of his subjects. Despite all of his achievements, true love was the one thing lacking in his life. Eliza was a lovely and generous girl who lived in a small village on the fringes of the kingdom. Being the modest daughter of a blacksmith, she had a simple life, helping her father in his workshop and taking care of their little garden. Everyone in Eliza's hamlet adored her for her kind disposition and readiness to lend a hand to those in need. King Alexander and his companions got lost one day while on a royal hunt in the forest close to Eliza's town. He encountered Eliza, who was gathering herbs for a sick neighbor, as he meandered through the woods, attempting to find his way back. Eliza recognized the monarch instantly, startled by his unexpected presence, and volunteered to assist him in returning to the castle. King Alexander and Eliza discussed their lives, aspirations, and future goals while strolling in the forest. Eliza's unpretentious compassion and her straightforward yet profound wisdom enthralled the king. In contrast, Eliza was astounded by the king's humility and genuine concern for the welfare of his subjects. At last, they arrived at the castle, where King Alexander greeted Eliza with a kind thank you and an invitation to return anytime she pleased. Eliza was hesitant to accept the offer at first, but in the weeks that followed, she found herself going to the castle more frequently. The two grew closer with every encounter, and before long, they knew they were madly in love. That being said, there were difficulties in their love. There were rumors and misgivings throughout the royal court regarding the king's decision to name an ordinary woman as his queen. A girl from such lowly beginnings, in the opinion of many nobility, was unfit to be the queen of their vast country. King Alexander maintained his position that genuine love and virtue were more significant than a noble origin. Despite the criticism, King Alexander and Eliza set off on an adventure across the kingdom to demonstrate their love for one another and win the approval of his people. They went to every town and village, listening to people's worries, giving aid to those in need, and demonstrating to everyone how true and unbreakable their love was. With time, Eliza's common status was transformed into one of compassion and optimism among the kingdom's populace. They were won over by her devotion and kindness, and they started to see why their king held her in such high regard. Eliza's qualities and character made her the ideal queen, and the nobility started to see this as well. Eventually, the entire kingdom was present at the lavish wedding of King Alexander and Eliza. Many generations to come were inspired by their love tale, which turned into a legend. The kingdom prospered throughout their rule, and they reigned with kindness, knowledge, and an unshakable love relationship. Thus, the ordinary girl and the regal monarch led a happy ever after, demonstrating the idea that grandeur may arise from the lowest of origins and that true love has no bounds. The Royal King and Simple Girl Part 02. Once upon a time, a young and kind monarch by the name of Edmund ruled over a grand kingdom that was awash in wealth and magnificence. Fair and generous, King Edmund made sure that every part of his realm prospered under his rule. There was an emptiness in his heart despite his numerous duties and the admiration of his followers. All he wanted was a pure love unadulterated by the ostentations of his royal position. Anna was a pretty and modest girl who lived in a peaceful village on the borders of the kingdom. As the daughter of a small-time farmer, Anna's days were spent in the field, taking care of the animals, and helping out around the community. Her modesty, kindness, and unwavering attitude garnered her respect. Her laugh was contagious as a spring breeze, and her smile could lift even the darkest of days. In an attempt to get a personal look at his subject's life, King Edmund made the regrettable decision to go undercover to the periphery of his realm one fateful day. Clad in simple garb and supported by a small group of dependable protectors, he meandered into Anna's village. He followed the sound of Anna's laughing into the village market and saw her assisting an old woman with her shopping. Edward, a wanderer from a far-off place, presented himself to her, striking him as charming and uncomplicated. Unaware of his true identity, Anna greeted him warmly and offered to take him on a tour of the hamlet. Together, they went to the fields, played with the kids, and told stories all day long. Anna's sincerity captivated Edmund, and he experienced true tranquility for the first time in his life. Weeks passed, and Edmund discovered that he was spending as much time as possible in the village, where he was getting closer to Anna every time. They discussed their aspirations, their anxieties, and the wonder of the little things in life. While Anna was captivated by Edmund's knowledge and his kind nature, Edmund respected Anna's strength and her capacity to find joy in the little things in life. As the sun sank over the lovely meadows one evening, Edmund told Anna who he was. Anna's affection for him was steadfast, despite his fears that she may be overwhelmed or that her perception of him might change. Beyond the crown and titles, she recognized the guy who had grown to be her closest confidant and friend. But their love was not without its difficulties. Upon hearing that the monarch had developed feelings for a lowly village girl, rumors and doubts quickly spread across the royal court. Anna's ability to live up to the royal lifestyle and perform the duties of a queen was questioned by many nobility. Edmund, however, did not back down, stating that the real characteristics of kingship were love, respect, and virtue. Together, Edmund and Anna set off on a voyage to all the cities and villages in the realm in an attempt to gain the acceptance of his court and his kingdom. They shows that their love was a source of inspiration and strength by listening to the people's experiences and lending a helping hand to those in need. The people grew to love Anna for her kindness and grace, and they began to regard her as a real queen deserving of their monarchy. The nobility eventually came to see Anna's value and welcomed her with open arms. A lavish ceremony marked the marriage of King Edmund and Anna, a symbol of their unwavering love that had triumphed over all challenges. As a result of their marriage, the kingdom saw unprecedented wealth and happiness, and they reigned with compassion, wisdom, and a common goal of improving the future. A timeless tale of how true love can transcend social boundaries and bring light to the darkest of times. King Edmund and Queen Anna's love story went on to become a legend. They had a happy ever after, their relationship becoming closer every day, demonstrating that even the most uncomplicated hearts can harbor the most profound love.